It's finally here.
The moment some of you have been waiting weeks for.
We gave you a sneak peek a few episodes ago.
And now we're ready to reveal what we think is
the best full-time RV for families. But wait just a second. Before we reveal, make sure to pause the video, go hit that subscribe button and like it, and then we'll move on.
Because the challenge is still on.
I promised Brandon once we got to 500 subscribers, we could get a drone.
Thank you so much for subscribing. Now without further ado,
here we go. So I'm going to do a quick tour of our rig. If you are joining us for the first time, we went full-time 6 months ago in a much smaller bumper pull travel trailer, and it just wasn't big enough. So now we're going to show you the fifth wheel that we bought, and we've also got it decorated for Christmas, so that'll be fun. One of the things we really liked about this fifth wheel was all the extra storage in it. You can see we actually have 3 storage bays under here. One gives you access to the lift system on our auto leveling rig.
The hydraulics.
The hydraulics, thank you.
Yep.
We were very excited to auto level after using a little bubble level and Anderson blocks. It was a pain in the rear, so we were very excited about this. So one of these gives you access to that. One is a larger storage space for like generator and those types of things. And then this top one is just a great use of space that is often wasted in fifth wheels. So you can put like fishing poles, camp chairs, anything that you want to easily be able to pull out when you arrive. That's a great spot.
Long, narrow items are
like
really good for that.
Chairs, marshmallow sticks, whatever you're going to use.
What do we got over here?
All right, I'm going to open this one up. Inside, this is where we've got battery storage.
Ooh,
Battery disconnect, connects to the solar there. Looks like Brandon struck a web strap in there. But again, great storage everywhere on this rig.
You never know when you need a web strap.
Now this one is more of the true garage. I'll show it to you on the other side. It is a full pass-through, and Brandon can fit his entire body in there, which is something he could not really do very well in our last trailer. So we love having space for all of our bins with septic and water and all the outdoor garage things in there.
All the things.
All the things. Yeah, you can see we already pulled out our smoker and our solo stove.
That's one of the first things that comes out.
Yeah, that comes out almost immediately, but Brandon does keep this in the generator storage spot because that's a nice big space and that's something he pulls out right away. And see, we have a big slide on the front. Our old rig did not have a slide on the front. This is part of our living room dining space that you'll see when we go inside. I'm going to wrap around the outside though before we go inside.
Ooh, don't forget about the leash latch.
Oh yes, leash latch. So helpful when you have a big dog. We keep the rope on it so that we can tie Reggie out here and let him have free reign of his space. If you guys have not met Reggie yet on our channel, he's about 70 pounds and exuberant, and so it's really fun for him to be able to come out, but still we don't have to worry about him just running around crazy because most RV parks do have leash rules for a reason. Also, something that I forgot to mention, there's an awning both on the slide and on the main part of the rig. You can see we have the awning lights there. All of those are big, huge power awnings. Because of the site we're in, we haven't used these because we've got palm trees nearby.
Lovely, like floral, not fauna, I guess it's floral.
A lovely
we call it.
And I do have to say, having palm trees and bushes between spots is really nice because we've stayed at some parking lot spots, basically.
Around Christmas, no less.
Yes, and it's around Christmas, and you'll notice we have all the windows open. So all the windows are those flat, I don't know what they're called, that you see on fifth wheels. But they're tinted and they open like this, so if it's raining you're not going to get any moisture inside your rig. and you still get a little airflow. Oh, the Ring doorbell hurt us. Brandon also installed a Ring doorbell, so we have that as well now. And we'll come around the back. We're in a shorter site, so we can't actually open this right now because there's somebody directly behind us, but you'll see it has a toy hauler door, but it's not a toy hauler, which means that we have all the living space inside, but this folds down and becomes a big back patio with a sliding glass door. So it feels very residential. I'll show you what it looks like on the inside, but this also has an awning light and an awning that comes out, so you can have your whole party deck situation happening. This rig is probably about 2.5 to 3 feet taller than our last one, so it is nice that we have a ladder here on the back if we need to access the solar panels, vent covers, anything on the roof. There's just a couple pins you pull out to make it easier to climb up there. Again, windows on the back side. I love lots of natural light, so it's great having all these windows. And this back side, we have 3 slides, which makes it feel so much bigger inside. Which, with the 4 of us and Reggie, we really do need that width in the RV that we did not have in our old one with only 1 slide. You can see underneath too, here's where all the sewer goes. Our old rig had 2 gray tanks. It is really nice only having 1 area where black and gray are coming out of now. It just makes it easier to dump when Brandon needs to do that.
We still technically have 2 gray tanks, but they are both centrally located.
Valve, right?
Yep. No, 2 valves, but they're both in the same spot.
Sorry.
2 valves. Well, I'll tell it. So we've got 3. I've got 3 total valves, 2 grays, 1 black. The black is in the middle. We keep the grays pulled out the whole time. Let the gray wash as we use it, and then the black we just use as it gets full.
Yeah, keep your black closed. This is something I see in the RV groups a lot. People are leaving them open and then they end up with the poop pyramid, so don't do that. Also, you can see we're pretty far from septic right here, so make sure you have multiple hoses. Brandon upgraded his hoses right before we got this rig.
And I actually have an extra one as well.
Some of your spots, you're not going to be very close to that. You can also see too, our power plugs in here. We are barely reaching our electric box, so just something to be aware of. This rig is about 40 feet long. The longer you get, the further you get from your utilities, so that can be a challenge. Here's the hot water heater. Something really nice about this one that we didn't have before. This one is an unlimited tankless water heater, so it's more like the on-demand hot water you have in your house versus our old trailer that we got 6 gallons of hot water. So if all 4 of us needed to shower, you were getting wet, turning off the water, soaping up, turning it back on. With this, it is more like showering at home. It does burn through your propane really fast though. So that was something we discovered after our first week when we went through 60 gallons of propane. But the heat also has something to do with that. So
well, TBD whether it's the hot water here or the furnace, because we actually had the furnace on the whole time too.
I think it's the furnace.
I think it is the furnace, yeah.
Off. And we'll talk about that inside, what we do for heat when we're not using the furnace that burns through the propane. But yes, it definitely bleeds through.
So when Brielle is using
that.
I
was going to say Brielle. You
sorry.
Talk about Brielle. Oh look,
my comedian, when Brielle,
What are we talking about?
When Brielle uses the hot water heater.
You're ridiculous.
Did you guys feel that eye roll? Cause
so Brielle gets limited to 15-minute showers because otherwise she will.
The best thing too is I don't have to go outside to turn off the hot water from her.
Yes,
I can just
do it from the bathroom.
Reach in and press the button.
Also, we have the utility light out here, but the switch is out here, which is really nice. Our old one, it was inside and you'd forget and then you'd see the light on out there. Also, something that we haven't figured out yet, we do have all the side cameras and backup cameras already installed on this rig. So Brandon needs to do some research, I think.
I got to get a monitor for him, but yeah.
But that was something we didn't have on the last rig, so I'm excited about that because Brandon likes to make me drive these things, and the more I can see, the more comfortable I will be. I'm not driving this one until he's very comfortable with it yet though, because sometimes he has to talk me off a ledge while I'm driving.
While we're literally on a ledge.
Yeah. All right, so now this is the other side of that pass-through storage that you saw from the other side. Something nice, all of these, this one of course is on the
assist.
Hydraulic.
Yeah, hydraulic assist.
But the other side actually is a magnet and it will stick to the side, so it'll stay open without you grabbing at it or touching it. You can see here's our outdoor shower and all of our water area that hooks right to the hose down below. different settings depending on if you're boondocking or not.
So I just want to point out one of the things that I did, because it's a pass through with the water, so it has a spot here that you can push everything through. So what I did was I got a short hose extension out onto a quick connect. So it makes it really easy if I need to disconnect the water. I can just pull it loose there and then fold everything up. And once we leave, I'll leave that connected and just pull this portion of the hose in. And then all I have to do is reel up my other hose that automatically kind of collapses on itself. So
yeah, so quick connects, that's another kind of hack, right, to make life easier. It does also have the hose here if you want to use it as like an outdoor shower to wash your dog or wash your feet off at the beach or whatever. And then this half of it goes into the other half of the garage that goes all the way through.
Oh, I wish I had my lights on, but oh wait. There we go.
There we go.
The other side has an automatic light switch, so when you open it up, it automatically turns it on, but this side does not have it. But you can see it goes, well, here, go around the other side and open the door. So we'll see when Sunny opens the door. There you can see some daylight through there. There she is. Yeah. There we go. So yeah, I mean, got it pretty well packed full. A lot of stuff back here, but I mean, this was a lot of the things that we had inside or sitting in my truck that were also in the storage bay in the last unit and just did not fit. So
well, because now you can use these nice tall totes too.
I can use the tall totes, and I have the back end of my truck open.
Oh, that too, because it's a wheel, not a bumper pull. Also, you'll see Brandon keeps all the stuff here to spray off all the septic stuff, and it's nice and convenient. Also too, our old rig had carpet in the garage. This actually has the like diamond plate.
It's like a, I mean, it's a plastic, but it, you know, it makes it,
It's more practical for garage.
It's more practical, and if you can slide things a lot easier. If water gets in there, it's not going to get through to your wood and rot out your wood. It'll eventually just dry itself, or you can wipe it up, right? So a lot easier that way. Now, there are some things that I will say that I like, but I don't like at the same time. So one of the things is this. So you can't see everything that's working when it's working, meaning that if you switch from city water to dry camping, which is the settings on there, you got to turn the pump on. But then I hear the pump kind of operating in the background, but I don't have easy access to it. Not that I've found out yet, because they did do a really good job and it looks nice, but
yeah,
it's all walled off there. So that's one of the downsides, I would say. Now, it's supposed to do what it's supposed to do all the time. I have a feeling that when it doesn't do what it's supposed to do, I'm going to have a lot of fun.
Then you're going to be pulling this stuff out frantically.
Yep.
We'll keep you posted if that occurs, because I'm sure it'll be a big thing. Also, something else that's nice about these doors, they're the slam lock. Sorry, I was way too aggressive.
She slammed it.
I didn't need to be that aggressive.
No, you can literally just...
I barely touched that.
Let it fall.
Okay. One hand. See, and it'll slam itself, and it's shut. You don't have doors flapping around. Then this door here is for the propane. We have two 30-gallon propane tanks. We discovered our first week, we blew through the propane. So now we have tried experimenting with turning the furnace off, and it seems like our propane is lasting a lot longer now.
I also got a sweet app that shows me my tank level. Well, tank levels. I'm gonna get a second one, but I wanted to try it out first so I could actually see from the comfort of my recliner, which you'll see here momentarily. I can check my tank levels as Brielle's in there wasting all of my gas.
If Brayden could do everything from the comfort of his recliner, he would. Also, something else that's nice, some of these wheels, their slides are too low, and you will see people wrap pool noodles around the bottom so they don't hit their head. But this one is obviously very tall.
They're either very short, which is good, so you're not going to hit anything there, or they're very tall, so you're not going to hit anything there. I mean, you'd have to be, you know, I'm almost 6 feet, and I've got a good 4 inches or so probably. So.
And I forgot to talk about it. There's covers on all of the slides as well, so if you're parked under a tree, you're not going to get leaves and things falling off the tree. Stuff on top of your slide before it goes in. Yeah,
and then when you reel it in, all of that stuff comes off, which is great.
And so these were already installed. This wasn't anything we had to modify, so I don't know if that's standard or if the people before upgraded it, but it is really nice. And here's all of our auto leveling, and when we need to hitch, This is where we do all the things. You can also adjust your level inside the rig, which is what we did in this spot. Because we're on gravel, I think the ground settled a little bit after we were set, but it's literally the push of a button and then you watch all the things move and then your level inside, which is amazing on a rig this big to not have to worry about it, to be able to push a button. I'm still learning how to back the truck up and making sure that the hitch is at the right height for Brandon, because he can't see it as well as I can if I'm outside. But it's still, overall, I think this is going to be much easier to hitch and do all of that than our travel trailer was too. I forgot to mention it when I was out here before. We also have the outdoor entertainment space. So there's speakers up there. There's a plug here where you can plug in a TV. So if you're at a tailgate or...
No, time out. That's not for a TV, because there is a TV right inside that door right there.
Sorry. So you can plug in other
a smoker,
non-TV things. And then inside the storage there's actually a TV that comes out. So if you wanted to tailgate, or your husband's watching football all day while he's smoking meat, any of those things you want happening outside, it's very easy to do out here, or play your music or whatever. So if you're doing what I would consider more vacation camping than full timing, you're probably going to spend more time outside.
Don't forget the upgrades there.
Yes. So Brandon installed a Ring doorbell for us. I don't know if you could hear it inside talking to us, the Alexa saying that somebody was detected here. But now we have the Ring doorbell that he installed and the keyless entry, remote entry pad. If you haven't seen our video yet where he put this in, we do have that video. It's on the same one with Disneyland. So he talks about the actual installation process of this, but we really wanted to upgrade our lock just to make it easier, safer. Now the kids and whoever can get in easily. And we know they're coming in. It's pushing against the hand. Okay, so Brandon gave me one bin of Christmas decorations. We mentioned it's almost Christmas, and so I insisted that we hang a wreath on the door. I'm using those clear suction hooks, and so we've got a whole pack of them that I'll probably use to hang towels outside the rig for swimming and stuff later. But got our little wreath on the door. And then he also made another modification. This plate on the screen we installed so that Reggie doesn't jump through the screen. If this door is open and he's sitting here and something outside is exciting, he doesn't always notice that the screen door is shut. So what is this called, babe? It's a
screen defender.
And it's just a heavy metal plate that...
Yeah, so you can see the standard mesh up here.
Screen up here, yeah.
And it's just, you know, it's just the standard screen mesh, and it's held on by these rubber gasket thingies here. And so what you do is you put this over the front of it, and you can see from this side, so I've still got the mesh there, but you can't push through it because the metal plate is there, so it defends that from getting pushed out.
So your excited dog's not going through the door?
That's correct.
Also, this door has a retractable thing, so if you leave the door open, it's going to automatically close itself, which is something with kids I really like too, because they leave doors open and then bugs come in, which I don't like. So
I mean, there's no bugs here, but yeah.
Not here, but if you're somewhere where there is. Also, we have the sturdy step. We had sturdy steps on our last rig. I don't know why. Any RV doesn't use those because they are really good. Nice and sturdy. Hi, Dad.
Okay. There's Reg.
This is why we needed the screen.
There's Reg.
Look
how excited he is.
He just got groomed, so he's not as hairy as he normally is. Okay, back up. In here is the entry hall. Close that just so that the neighbors aren't hearing us. We got a floor mat. This was Brandon's choice. He thought that one was really fun. It's always happy hour here. I'm gonna take my shoes off, and then we're gonna go into the main part of the room here. This is our dining table with individual chairs for all four of us. We had the U-shaped dinette in our old rig. We thought we would love that. What you don't know about the U-shaped dinette though is that there's almost no leg room for those people on the back side. And so we had legs all over each other. With this though, there is no leg underneath. It's just mounted to the wall. So everyone theoretically has adequate leg room. I'm gonna tell you, Brielle will still be in your leg room, but for the most part, everybody's got good leg room. This table does I heard a sigh from the other room. This table does have a leaf in it too that we actually use when we're eating, so we'll show you that as well.
Don't forget, underneath that chair right there.
Oh yes, and these chairs.
2 of them.
2 of them have storage underneath. So I have the poem Steele's working on for school. It is math and handwriting and dry erase boards. So the quick, I need to access school stuff, we actually keep in here. That way the kids can pull it out, work on it, put it away, all of that. So we have those 2 chairs. The other 2 were designed as folding chairs to store away, but we discovered they're pretty rickety, so Brandon has now made them just permanently open.
Yeah, I removed the movable dowels that were in there, and I installed some 3/8 wooden dowels on the 2 back ones, so they are permanently affixed in there, so they won't. They've collapsed multiple times. So
yeah, people would sit in them and then try to fold up.
Yeah,
that just wasn't good. We didn't want anyone getting hurt, and they do, as you can see, they all fit on the slide. So when the camper is closed, we've got those straps down there. I don't know if you can see them or not, that they hold all the chairs in, and then the slide comes in, so it's fine going down the road. Then into the living room. This was one of the things that Brandon did not like about our old camper, was that we had the one little love seat, and that was our only living room seating. These are actually theater style seats with an armrest that drops down.
Oh, so nice.
And outlet, USB ports there. You also have USBs in both arms, massage chairs, heat features, and they fully recline. So this is just so much more comfortable for TV viewing. Plus, we also have 2 more recliners. So the kids each have a seat. These are rocking, swivel, manual recliners, and so it gives us all a comfortable place to watch a movie. What are you pointing at?
The picture.
Oh yes, I saw an RVer asking what to do about hanging photos. Well, we do a digital frame, and then you can see all the photos you want. This is before we were traveling, but we're sending all of our travel photos there as well, and so it's fun to go back and relive all the places we're traveling. Or this is Brielle when she was about 10 in our driveway. So, but yeah, great place to have pictures and family memorabilia. Our storage up here. This is the rest of the school stuff the kids are actively working on. I know I see that question a lot from people homeschooling or people that like to read. Where do you put all that stuff? In our case, we put it all up on top, whatever we're actively using, because with the movie theater reclining seats, you don't have storage underneath anymore. But we do have lots of windows in here, which is nice. Oh, the window shades too. We haven't talked about this. You have the daylight shades and the blackout shades on all the windows in here. They seem a little sturdier than what we had in our old rig, and they retract themselves up. Also forgot to show this. The cabinets are also soft close. So something that's really nice. It's just a little higher end. Then this area back here, so I showed you the kids' recliners. These are not tied down to the floor. They've also got straps against the wall for when you're moving the rig, but you can move these around anywhere. So that's convenient. We moved them out of the way for our Christmas tree right now.
Oh, we're going to do the reveal of the Christmas tree. Let's get the overhead storage and then the woo.
Okay.
I've been keeping it on the edge just as like
ooh. So tempting. So we have all the overhead storage up here too. So that's more school storage. We actually use one with linen closet, overflow, blankets for the living room. I mean, there's just really great overhead storage. Also, when we were outside, we talked about it. This is actually a back patio. So unfortunately, our spot is too short, so the lid is up. When we get to a bigger spot and we can open this, I am pulling down these ugly old blinds from the 1970s or 80s and hanging a drapery panel there. That's what I prefer on a sliding glass
What she
door.
means is I'll be pulling those down and installing her drapery that she picks out on Amazon.
Good point.
Yep.
But this is a sliding glass door that goes all the way across the back. So when we bought the rig, they had it open, and the amount of light that floods in this space is pretty unreal in an RV, but also it feels very residential because you have that back door, and then of course you have windows here as well.
Okay, so should we take this opportunity to now reveal the Christmas side of the rig? Well, the tree and the other things that are over here, Christmassy.
Yes.
Okay, hold on. Let me get set up on the opposite side.
Okay.
Let's build the drama and the tension here.
Drum roll, please.
Joy to
this was recommended by another RVer. This is a pop-up Christmas tree. I had never heard of these. If you haven't heard of them, go to Amazon and check these out. You take the whole thing off the frame in the middle, and it folds down to about the size of a large wreath. Fully decorated, already lit. It took me less than 2 minutes to build this tree. This is a 6-foot tree, but I have them going all the way up to 7.5 feet. And you can see it doesn't take up a huge amount of space, so it's perfect for an RV. I get my 1 bin in the garage of Christmas storage, but we still have a tree this year. So that's part of the reason too that all the chairs are shifted over. You actually have more space here when you don't have a tree, but one of the things that the kids were worried about going on the road full time was that we wouldn't have quite the same level of holiday celebrations. But that is not true. We are decorated for Christmas. So there's our tree. Then on the fireplace, I found stockings and garland. So it feels about as homey as you can get in an RV. And you can see I have the flame on. There's actually different color options. So you can do blue, purple, orange with flame, orange without flame. And so you have all these options, and this also functions as an electric space heater. So this is what we've started doing in the evening when it gets cold. We're in a warm place, it doesn't get super cold, but we find we're blowing through way less propane by using the electric space heater on here, and it does keep the area warm. Also, of course, you've got the TV. This came with the rig. Forest River did not give us the TV with our old rig, but these KZs, they're a little higher end, and so they came with the TV. There's also a strap to hold this in place when you go down the road, and then again, more storage up above. And this whole wall is also in a slide, so it makes this living room space feel so much larger, and all 4 of us plus Reggie can be very comfortable in here, which we really like. We do have Reggie set up here with his food and water dishes. This is kind of his space to hang out. Oftentimes his bed is over here in front of the fireplace, and he curls up there while we're all watching a movie together. But it feels very, one of the things we really wanted in our rig was the ability to sit and watch a movie together, and we finally have that here. So this is really a comfortable living space to be in. Now we are in the kitchen. We have a larger fridge than we had before, which is amazing. We are still using our magnetic spice rack and paper towel holder though, because this is just too convenient not to. Highly recommend if you're in an RV, just take it down before you travel. We also found a magnetic map. Our old one was a sticker, so you couldn't take it with you. Well, SeyMourManyPlaces.com, they realized that people move rigs, so now it's magnetic.
Think we should put that link in the description.
Oh yeah, we can put the link in the description. We just put all the states that we've RV'd to in the past, so that way we can keep adding to it. And if we do move to another rig at some point, I don't know, we probably won't for many years, but if we do, we can take it with us. Then we'll come into the kitchen. Check out this RV oven and stove. People complain about the little tiny ones. I actually didn't hate our little tiny one, but you can see this is a full size. Get 2 pizzas, a turkey, anything you would want in there.
We put pizzas, not a turkey.
No, but
you could put a turkey.
They say you could put a turkey in it.
No, I know. Full-size turkey.
So,
and
yes.
2 pizzas. That's the important thing.
Full oven. Yeah, we only could cook 1 pizza at a time in our old one. And it is gas propane. That's something else I see a lot, that people are scared to use their propane gas stoves. We have a natural gas kitchen in our house. I love cooking with gas. I highly encourage it. We have had no issues with this. But yeah, big oven, 4-burner stove, which you almost never see in an RV. So we made Thanksgiving dinner here in the RV and had plenty of space to do everything. You will notice the counters are not super large, and we do love coffee, so we filled it up with this giant coffee pot when I saw our wind break.
That's great.
But I'll show you what we do for that. Also convection microwave oven. So this is a convection oven or a microwave, however you want to use it. And you do have storage in all of these cabinets, as well as a drawer over here. So it's not ideal kitchen storage, but it's not horrible. Then this cabinet is an in-drawer trash can, which is something else I love. In my house, I have a trash recycling in a drawer like this that Brandon installed for me, because that's what he does. But this came already ready like that.
Yeah, I didn't have to install that one.
That one is already there. And then we do also have a pantry in this kitchen as well. I'm not going to open it because it's pretty messy, but this whole space here is pantry. So we do have a little more space.
One note on that. So our last rig, the pantry was used for not only food stuffs, but school supplies. We had 2 shelves of school supplies in there and just a bunch of cleaning supplies.
Appliances.
This one is almost entirely, I would say 95% foodstuffs.
Yes. And then appliances.
That I count that as in there.
Kitchen
but
things.
there's some cleaning things underneath, but that's about it. And
I guess we do.
Little dustpan, stuff like that. But very, very small stuff. So
basic. Yeah, we do have a lot more space that way. Now, I was talking about the lack of counter space on the coffee pot side, but we have a kitchen island now. And it's long enough, I can open the sink and still have working prep space here, which is something I never noticed until I was in an RV, how many times I'm trying to prep something and I need to wash something at the same time. Whether you're touching raw meat and need to wash your hands, or you're chopping veggies and need to wash them. That was something I took for granted in a house. Our last rig, our sink was our counter, so you only got to use one at a time. But here I can access the whole sink. It's a nice big sink too, or just half of the sink and put a cutting board on the other side, and I still have plenty of prep space. So I love having this feature. Also, it's got the nice, I don't know what the spray nozzle on the sink like you would have in a house. It's very residential. Cabinet storage below, and something I have not seen in any other RV, and that is the dishwasher.
What? It has a dishwasher?
Dishwasher.
Oh my gosh.
Yes, and you can see it's a little narrower than a regular dishwasher, but it does have 2 trays in there. So if we run
They're pretty tall too. I've noticed that. You can fit a full
Like a
pot on the
taller
bottom.
pot. Yeah.
And kind of just, it doesn't even have to be perfectly in there straight. You know, like in some of them you have to put them in there perfectly straight or the top thing doesn't spin. But this one seems it's tall.
Yeah, so this has been great if we run it every night, or really after every meal, because we don't have a ton of dishes in here, just because.
Yeah, I would say that's the problem, is the
yeah
amount of dishes that we don't have is the issue of.
Because if we don't run it after lunch, we may not have our plate for dinner, that type of thing. But yes, running it once a day, it's been able to keep up with us just fine. The only thing, if you have your kids loading it, we had to teach our kids, you do not have a garbage disposal in here, and it is still RV plumbing. So make sure if you have children loading it, or if you're new to RV life, you understand you cannot put crumbs and food scraps and things down that sink or in that dishwasher, or you're gonna end up with a clog in your RV plastic plumbing, which you don't want to deal with that. So
yep.
Make sure stuff is wiped off at least before you put it in there, but it works very well for cleaning.
Totally.
Real quick, throw it in here. That I like that makes this rig feel more residential is the pendant lighting over the island and over the dining table. The fit and finish in here makes you feel more like you are in a home and less like you're in an RV. You still have kind of the ugly pattern on the wall.
You forgot something earlier.
Oh yes, the ceiling fan.
The most important thing.
That's residential. You can see the AC vents around there. Everything is ducted, so you do have AC. But if you want a nice breeze coming in from your back deck or just pulling air through the rig, we have a ceiling fan. Also, I don't know if you can tell how tall these ceilings are. I have to use a step ladder to reach it. We're probably 8.5, 9 foot ceilings in here, so it feels very residential in that regard too.
I can reach and grab the pull string just barely like that. There we go. So yeah, and my reach is probably close to 7 feet, you know, going up. So it's 7 feet to the maybe a little bit more to the pull string, and there's another 1.5 feet or so to the ceiling. So yeah, it's very, you know, relative to what we were, where I would scrape my head almost.
Brandon often would hit his head on our slide, like our living room kitchen slide in the old rig, as he was getting up, but now all of these slides are nice and tall, so he would really have to try to hit anything on a slide, definitely not his head. Also, something else, all the slides have switches in them, so because of the tall ceilings, we don't have push button lights everywhere like we did in our old rig. They're actual switches, like a house. So something else, if you've watched our other tour, Brielle just had a loft for her room. That's our 14-year-old daughter.
Kind of like that, but
yes, it was really tight. We'll talk about the loft we have now in a minute, but Brielle has an actual bedroom now. So
whoa, she's in there.
Oh look, and Reggie wanted to get it too. So yeah, she has an actual room now, so let's go in and check out her room. So here we are in Brielle's room. You can see she has a love seat. Brielle, what do you love about having your own room? An actual room you can stand up in.
I like having floor space. Like I have a floor.
She has a floor, yes. Now, do you have to sleep on this couch all the time? There's not a bed in
No, I
here.
don't. It's a, this turns into a bed.
Yeah, so we'll show that too, but it opens up into a bed. We will show you the bed when it's out, but she has about a full-sized bed in here. Obviously, windows that open with shades. This is a slide that does slide in when we go down the road, but it gives her a lot of space in here. This is also where the kids' closets are, where they store like shoes and those types of things. Brielle, do you want to really quickly tell us how you utilize the space behind Daddy? You're going to have to turn around.
Sure. So over here there's 3 shelves, and in my bed I had a big box where I kept all my stuff. It stayed in the back and it was really hard to get into, so I didn't use very much of my stuff, but now I put it on the shelves and I can use it every day if I want, and nice little spot for my schoolwork.
Show us your Christmas decor too.
Oh
They're
yeah,
showing the Christmas
and I
decor.
got a Christmas tree for my room.
So yeah, so we're doing all the little Christmas touches that will fit in that bin. The cabinetry below is closet space.
Down there.
And then she still has wall for her postcard collection, all of her makeup accessories. You probably have more stuff than any of the rest of us, so it's nice that you have your own room to go in here. The TV did come in here. We haven't actually watched it yet. But this room, if we did not have a teenager or kids, this would probably be an office conference call space for Brandon and me, because we are both working remotely. He generally works in the living room and I work in the master, but this would give us another space with a door where we could work. So thank you for showing
Thanks,
us your
Brielle.
room, Buggles.
You're welcome.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh yeah, she put her fairy lights up to be fun.
Yeah.
So you might be wondering, if Brielle's out of the loft, what do we use our loft for? Well, this is now Steele's room. He loves having the little guardrail there because he can peek out and talk to us once he's already in bed. We'll show you that in a minute though. So now we're facing the other direction. You can see these spaces we were just in. We have our Christmas countdown by the door. This is where our crap basket will go. Again, if you've watched our other RV tour, our crap basket is just our drop zone kitchen command center when you come in the door. And this is our panel that controls all the things. We have a touch panel here to do our lighting, our heat and AC, our slides, all of those things. So it's all motorized right there. We have a hall closet now, which I love, for hanging coats or putting shoes in if you don't want it on the stairs. But yeah, we have our hall closet here. This is the, what, circuits? Down
Yeah,
there?
so that's the fuse box right
Fuse
there
box
underneath.
Underneath, so that's familiar if you're used to normal RV stuff. And we have an in-house vacuum. This was something that I was like, oh, that might be cool. Now that I've actually used it, it's amazing. It has a little vacuum bag in there. We have a hose that collapses under the sink and all the vacuum attachments, and I can vacuum the entire rig plugged into this, and it's so easy. So
It's got lots of suction too.
it's got really good suction too, yeah.
Commence operation Vacuum Suck. Suck, suck, suck.
I was worried about that. You will not need a vacuum cleaner if you've got this, and now I kind of want one in my house because it's so convenient.
Yeah, we'll have to talk about that again.
So then this is solar panel stuff. Again, all electric in
Solar
the
panel,
wall.
that's solar panel battery charge, right? I can see everything from here at the touch of a button.
Yeah, so all of our old stuff was push button manual switches, so it is nice having the electric touchpads. Also, we have a rail because we have stairs now, so it's like being at home, and we call it upstairs and downstairs. This is how you access Steele's loft. Do you want me to hop up there and turn lights on?
Sure.
Okay. So, it looks small, but I can even climb up here. Whoops. So something that we liked about this one, if you've seen other models that are similar, oftentimes they have a ladder that comes out in the hallway. So if the child or whoever is up there, you're blocking the entire hallway. But with this, the steps are built into the loft itself. So that means nothing's ever in the way here. And the steps seem small, but I can climb up them, and our 9-year-old can easily climb up them. And once you get up here, let's see, this is probably not a flattering angle if I go all the way up there, but it's a full queen-sized bed up here. Now he has bins of stuff up here because he also keeps all of his toys up here and the extra school books. So you can see all the bins, but for a 9-year-old, he actually fits quite comfortably in that middle space. And then he has the bars there where he can see down into the kitchen, living room.
And he loves it. It's his own little...
It's like a little cave.
Hideaway, yeah.
So yeah, I would say probably our plans for this rig are that he will stay up there till Brielle moves out, and then he will get her room and this will become storage, but it's perfect for a kid that age. Now we're in the hallway and we'll head into the bathroom. Okay, we're coming in the bathroom. It's got a pocket door.
But I told you I needed to go to the bathroom before we filmed this area. Give me some privacy. Jeez.
Okay, now that you're done.
Now that I finished that, I didn't turn the fan on. I'll do that here in a minute. Sorry about that. But this is the bathroom. And as you can tell, there's tons of headspace for me. So we're going to start with the shower and work our way that way so we can get the better angles. But you can tell, like, there's tons of headroom here. We've got the shower head over here. It is extended up all the way. I would like it a little bit taller here, but I can get my head under it. No problem there. All the faucet features are right here. Sonny made me get a squeegee because...
Clear glass now. Yeah, that sounds rough.
WD-40.
That is one advantage to our old shower. It was frosted. This one is not, so people can see you. Also, what about if you get tired?
Oh yeah, you can just take a nap, I guess, right there on the little bench. We have one of those, not like that at our actual house, but that's nice for propping your leg up to wash your calves and stuff like that, or shave your legs, I guess, if you know they're getting hairy. And then nice little soap dispenser here. So that's enough about the shower. Pretty quick, easy, simple stuff. Let me talk about the hot water heater feature though.
Okay.
So with the on-demand hot water heater, everything is controlled by this panel. So your set temp is here, and you can change that manually right here based off of your likes. So somebody in the rig likes it around that temperature.
That's Brandon.
Somebody else likes it.
No, not
it
that high.
It doesn't go any higher than that. But no, she's usually about 118.
120.
120.
Yeah. Steele's like, what did he tell me today? 105. Everybody knows their temperature.
Yeah, so I'm 108. 108's almost perfect for me. You turn the hot on, leave it on, and it runs it at whatever temperature you set it at, which is awesome.
You can still control it from the shower, though, if you want to turn it off, which is what I told Brielle to do to conserve the propane on the shower head. So
one ad here that Sunny did shortly after we came in was...
This is my installation. Woo!
She did this all by herself, put in these hooks. They're command strip hooks or whatever.
But they look nice.
They do look nice. A little extra hook over here for washcloth for cleaning, washcloth for wiping down the counters, stuff like that. We carried this over from the other rig, the toothpaste and toothbrush dispenser here.
I will point out the reason we do the 4 hooks is, well, one, we like those microfiber towels. They dry faster, but also the one towel bar that came in here, if you have 4 people showering, you're going to have musty, moldy, nasty towels. With the 4 hooks, we each get our own hook, and our towels dry a lot faster, which is important when you have 4 people showering. This room does get humid, but there is an exterior fan that you can turn on.
This is a totally manual exhaust fan to smells or steam. We'll go out that way, so before we take showers, we turn that on. Over on this side, sink basin, relatively small, but it gets the job done. I haven't had any issues with it, mainly because I hadn't had to stick my head under there yet. Once I have to do that, it's probably gonna be a problem, but linen closet right there. And then over here is just the toiletries for everybody. Do you want me to open this one?
Nope.
Nope, okay. Everybody's got their own toiletries in there. This is under sink.
And under sink.
Keep that closed.
Yep.
Drawers over here. I don't know what's in there because I don't get access to any of those drawers, so.
That's mostly Brielle and me.
Yeah.
I will say, though, it's a lot bigger than our old storage. And I do have a caddy in there to remove everything from the shower. So if we're driving down the road, nothing's flying around the shower. What do you have to do to latch the shower door?
So to latch the shower door, you actually just keep it closed like this and just slide that bad boy down, and your shower door is latched.
Make sure it's latched though, or you'll have glass everywhere.
Yes, because these are glass. So.
Speaking of glass, talk about that upgraded toilet.
Let me tell you. So, in the old rig, I don't know if we talked about this very much, but the actual seat itself was small and round. So the hole was about that big. And if you extrapolate that over this, it doesn't really work. So this, I'm not gonna do it like that, but this is so much better.
How much leg room Brandon has?
It's great. Now, I will say I have hit my head here sitting down to get into position because I haven't been paying attention. I just bonked my head right there. But
probably checking your fantasy scores when you
probably. I wasn't paying attention, which I'm winning this week. The other thing too is this is a super solid because it's
porcelain.
This is a porcelain versus the plastic one. In the other rig we had a plastic one, and it kind of would move around if you shifted. So, which I kind of shift every now and then. I shift when I'm taking a.
And you're not a small man.
I'm not a small man.
So yes, if you are not a small woman, RV furniture may not be well suited to you unless you get a rig with features like that. That's something that we really did not consider until we were living in our other trailer, and things that worked for me at 5'4" did not work for you.
5'4" and not 200 plus pounds.
That too.
So that's the thing. Like the length of things and stuff like that is an issue, but primarily it's how much weight they can hold and still be comfortable. So I've noticed that about the padding for any of the seating, the toilet, overall.
The length of the bed, the height of the ceiling,
length of the bed,
all of it.
Which, speaking of, let's move that way.
Let's head on in there.
I'm recording already. She doesn't know. Yep, I'm ready. Oh, who's that?
So we have a barn door on the master. We usually leave this open unless we're sleeping, but it is nice to have that. This is our master bedroom / my office, because we discovered with full-time travel that I don't like to work with other people in my space. So we will talk about some of the features in here, and then I'll also show you footage of what it looks like when I'm set up to work for the day. This is a Sunday, so nobody's working right now.
So I'm just going to point out the bed is so big, like my 18mm lens here.
It doesn't want to...
Can't even get it. It's a king-size bed. Yeah, let's...
King-size bed, so here all the way sideways so you can tell. Like, it's almost as wide as I am.
Ooh.
Yes. Now I can't get up.
Can't get out.
We've got a cushion on there too, so it's tall and thick. But yeah, king size bed. I love, so this is something I found I really liked in our old RV. We had the over bed storage, and it's very cozy when you're in there, but sometimes you would hit your head on that over bed storage. With this, you can see I can sit all the way up, make sure I'm not flashing the camera, and there's still plenty of head clearance here. So when I'm climbing into the bed at night, I'm not hitting my head, but it still feels very cozy. I actually really like this nook space. But then we also have windows, so now you can get good airflow through here. When I wake up in the morning, like to open these windows before I get up. It just kind of wakes me up a little more easily, and I like that better. But yeah, king size bed. Right now it is tilted up, so you can tilt it up to watch TV or read or anything like that, and then it'll lay down flat when you're ready to sleep. But yeah, very comfortable bed, which is huge when you're living in an RV.
So I'll talk about this side. Over here is my side of the bed. My plug's over here. I do have a couple of nooks underneath there. I think it's primarily for a CPAP. I don't need that yet. I don't think. Maybe I do.
Based on his snoring last night, it might be coming soon.
So we use this for our editing rig is under there. We've got some other things over there that I won't show, but we've got those on that side.
A downside to this rig is that there was no nightstand on this side of the wall. They gave me outlets, but no nightstand. And I like to have my Kindle and my water and my phone and all my things next to the bed. So that was not going to work. But you can see it's a very narrow space here with the slide. When we're traveling, this comes in, which I'm assuming is why they didn't have one. So we found these little folding shelves on Amazon. We can put that link below too, that work perfectly in this space. We can now pull this in when we're ready to travel. And then when we arrive, I now have room for the TV remote, my Kindle, all of the things that I like close at hand, and I oftentimes keep my laptop plugged in down below as well. That way everything's tucked out of the way. So something that was lacking in our old rig was closet space and full-length mirrors, which is something tackled by this closet here. By moving the bed to the side, we gain a lot more space, and you can see we have mirror panels all the way across. So now you can see what you look like in your entire outfit, which is good.
I look pretty good. Yeah.
Also, you'll see like the hooks like this. These are on all the doors so that when we're traveling, it'll lock everything into place. We've got one on the barn door. The bathroom door has a pocket.
Here's the barn doors.
And so all of those things are just there for driving, but we leave them unlatched the rest of the time. So closet. I am going to open this, even though it's a closet, just to show you like how much space we have think Brandon's got more stuff in the laundry than I do. But like, I've talked about these hangers before, but we still have lots of closet space. So capsule your wardrobe if you're full-time RVing, but I still have probably 40-ish hangers on my side, and Brandon about the same, and there's still plenty of space. And this is actually a walk-in closet. I can get all the way in here. So yeah, so we have the hanging rod, but then we also have storage up above. These buckets we brought from the old RV. They were in our overbed storage. And then we actually have a built-in shoe rack. So we've got room for all of our shoes over there. And then this bin is just my extra work stuff because, like I said, it's my office. So plenty of storage space in there in the closet for us. And then something that I thought would be nice if we could find a rig with it, but I did not realize how nice.
Creme de la creme.
The washer dryer combo. So I'm assuming whoever had the rig before installed this, because I think you could have done stackables too if you wanted. And it looks like they removed a closet rod. I think it was just set up as a closet before. But this has been amazing. One of the biggest pain points, I think, full-time traveling for us was going to the laundromat all the time, doing like 12 loads of laundry, I kid you not, at once for the 4 of us. Now when things get dirty, we're able to wash them right away. This is the combo washer dryer, so I can just wash, just dry, or I can press a few buttons and it will wash and dry the whole load. And then I have my collapsible drying rack on top because I don't like to put a lot of my clothes through the dryer, and so I just pull that out and set it up when I'm doing laundry. And then I keep all the laundry supplies right on top. That rod was in there and I had stuff on the washer dryer and it would bounce during the spin cycle. And so this was my solution for that, also from Amazon. My whole life is basically brought to you by Amazon. But this is vented to the outside, so we just need to make sure that stays clear, but this has been amazing.
Yeah, I don't know who likes it more, you or I, because if you recall, I was always the one that was doing all the laundry because the bags were too heavy for you to carry. Yeah,
those giant, like,
they were giant body bags that were full of clothing, and she couldn't pick them up. So I would spend, I don't know, 4 hours or so doing laundry every other Saturday or something like that, because everybody's like, I got no socks left. Yeah. Now I walk in and I get yelled at because my clothes are here, and I'm like, it's 2 pairs of socks and a shirt. I'll get it. Just tell me.
And something else that's nice. So we had the laundry bags under our bed in our old rig. We actually have a built-in. It's about time to do.
Oh yeah, you need to do a load.
Hamper in this cabinet. So instead of wasting the space where they vent everything outside, they actually put in a laundry hamper as well, so it stays all put away, and then more closet storage up here. We have tons of storage in this room too. There's 3 drawers under the bed that are all on the slow close rollers, and then we actually have a dresser in here as well. So you can see we've got the drawers, the top lifts up, so you've got so much storage.
What is that?
And we have another fireplace. So I love a good fireplace. This is something, when we built our house, I really wanted a nice fireplace. When I saw that this rig had 2 fireplaces, I fell in love with that feature. And this is really nice because, like I mentioned, we've been conserving our propane for heat at night. This is also a space heater like the one in the living room, and it's got a timer on it. So I usually, when I come to bed, will turn on the timer for a couple hours because I'm usually really cold. Brandon gets hot. That way it turns off before he gets really hot. And then he wakes up in the morning before I do and turns it back on so that I'm comfortable until I have to get up. So that is something that has been amazing. Like the other one, you've got different color options, different brightness, all the things. So I forgot to mention this little space over here. I think it's designed so you can sit there and put your shoes on, but I don't believe in shoes on the floor, like, ever, if you know me.
Plus, I don't really fit on that space.
Yeah, and Brandon's big, like we mentioned. He doesn't really fit there. So we have our spare battery there, and right now in an Amazon box, because Christmas is coming and nothing is wrapped. So we've got things strategically hidden in various places so the kids don't get into it. Did I talk about the TV? I don't think I did talk about the TV.
Nope.
So we have more storage up here, which is nice for remotes or hats, purses, basic things like that. Then we also have a TV in here. So we use this as a computer monitor or as a TV, and it is really nice because we most of the time like to watch stuff together, but if it's especially like football games or something like that, we now have various TVs around the rig where one person can watch that thing that they want to watch, and I can watch The Crown or whatever I want to watch by myself in here. But it's also very functional for working, editing, all of that. So this I use as my standing desk when I'm working. So we'll show you that. But I stand at this desk for a large portion of my day and work because I don't like to sit when I'm working. My back starts to hurt, and so I've converted it to a standing desk for work. And I can close the door, which is super convenient if I'm on a call. So, anything else about the master bedroom, honey?
We'll talk about the rig.
Or my office, or the rig. Okay, so if you're looking at going full-time, I would encourage you to get the biggest rig that you could afford, realistically, for your family. We loved our old trailer, and it was a fantastic vacation trailer, meaning that you could travel in it for a couple weeks and be perfectly comfortable. But what we found once we moved into it and started doing the full-time thing, it just was the wrong configuration and the wrong setup for our family. Another tip I would give you is that if you have 2 working adults, make sure that you have at least one of you in an area where you can close the door. Brandon and I often run into times where we're both on Zoom or Teams meetings at the same time, and so it's important that we can close the door to separate us. Another thing, make sure there's a comfortable place for everyone to sit in the living room together, whether you're going to play a game, watch a movie, whatever it is. It's just going to make your life way more comfortable. Those are probably my top 3 tips. Do you have anything that you would add, honey?
Make sure you have a toilet that's big enough for your butt.
This is a big deal to him. It's probably a shower tall enough.
Shower tall enough. Shower tall enough. Toilet big enough for your rear end, and padding thick enough on the seating furniture.
Yes, and if you are in a towable, meaning a travel trailer or a 5th wheel, make sure that your truck can handle your rig. Yep. We did have to upgrade our truck when we got this trailer. We had to upgrade our last truck when we got that trailer. So if you are in the market for both, before you buy the truck, look at the rig you want and figure that out. If you already have a truck, you may be having to look for a truck, which is what we did. Another tip, if you can avoid buying while you're living in it, that might be easier for you, but we found that our dealership did a great job of making it easy for us to transition and move into our rig, and so now it's been smooth sailing, and we really are so much happier in a bigger setup for full-time life.
Yeah. So thanks for joining us on Tour 2.0. This should be the last tour that we do this year on our new rig.
Yes.
So, like,
when we are in a bigger spot, our next spot is a 90-foot pull-through. We will show you the patio down and all of that, because that is a really cool feature. We just don't have the space right here.
Come back in a few weeks and you'll see it.
You'll see that.
All right. Bye.